guys, Tony here with a new lesson. Thank you very much for joining me. Very excited to have you here. Because, I know I probably say this every week, but this is generally my favourite lick. Okay, because it's got those HENDRIX vibes to it. And there's lots of different things you can do with this. Okay, so I'm going to break down the lick, show you how you can move it around using different chord shapes to create your own little chord progression. And I'll explain what's going on with the chords and scales so that you can branch out and do your own thing. Now, I say over and over again, when you can connect the chord shapes with the associated scales and notes, that's when the guitar really starts to open up and you can start using it as an expressive instrument. You can start playing stuff off the cuff and it's so much fun. So, this is a really good thing to add to your tool belt. So, we're going to be using 3 little chords. And I say little because we're using triad shapes here. We're using the A-shaped triad. Okay, so what I mean by that is when we use the A shape here, okay, we've got to use our index finger to bar the strings, because if we do this, we're not going to be able to use our other fingers to play licks. And this is going to be hard, especially if you're a beginner, getting the muscle memory for this down, but you should just plug away with it, even if you're getting muted strings. You need to keep on trying, alright? Keep on plugging away, and your fingers will harden up, okay? So, we've got the A chord. Now with the A, we can play the open A and E, but we're going to be moving this shape around, alright? So we really want to try and focus our attention on the D, G and B strings, the fretted notes here, okay? Because when we move this up to the 7th fret, this becomes a D chord. We move it up to the 9th fret, it becomes an E chord. Alright, and that's using the cage system. If any of this stuff confuses you, the cage system theory, you really want to dive into that stuff more, but more in depth and more personally, I'm doing my 12-week personalised private coaching program, so you can check that out below, and I take people individually through their own program with whatever they really need to learn. Anyways, we have our 3 chords, and then we need to know the scale that's attached to those chords, the notes that are going to work. And with this particular shape, the A shape, alright, we have shape 1 of the pentatonic scale. The extension of that into shape 2. Now, if this confuses you because you're thinking, well, this is also F minor and A share the same notes, alright? F minor is A's evil twin. You can think of it like that, right? That's what I think, the way my head works, right? But we have the major notes and the minor notes. They share the same notes, okay? So we have shape 1 of the pentatonic scale if we focus our attention on the root, which is A. Okay? And then again, we can slide up to those notes there, alright? So just very quickly, I would have, starting from the root, 5, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 5. We've also got these added notes, 5, 7, 5, 7, or 7, 5, 7, 5, 6, which can slide back into shape 1. Okay? So, the power of that is I've got all those notes to play around with. Alright, and that's where we're going to come up with our first lick. We've got to do this, alright? So we've got to take a 3rd finger, and we've got to slide from 2 to 4 on the A string, okay? And then we're going to get into the A chord, and we're just going to stab down on that twice. Then I'm going to hammer on from 2 to 4 on the D string, alright? So, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just, again, keeping in this A shape, I'm going to hammer on from 2 to 4 with my 3rd finger, but I'm also going to get the B string like that as well. Alright? And then I'm going to get 4, my 3rd finger on the D string. And then I'm going to hammer on again. But this time get the 2 strings. Alright, so 2 to 4 on the D and also the G string. And then back up to 4 on the A string, and then just got to stab on that A chord again. And that is the lick. So nice and slow. Do it again, but this time instead of sliding in, I can just get the 4. And then what I can do is I can take that to the other chords, alright, and try that out. So what I can do to slide into those chords nice and smoothly is I can take my third finger from 4 and slide into that chord's pentatonic scale. Alright, so we're going to slide into the D here, alright, so which means I'm going to take my third finger and slide over to 9, get the D chord, do the exact same lick, alright, using the exact same intervals is here, and then I can slide up to the E pentatonic scale, get my E chord here on the 9th fret, alright, you can mess around with that. Alright, now that's great. That is the basic lick. Now we can also do different things. We can hammer on and pull off. Alright, so again, just doing the same kind of thing, but using those notes. That's in the G string there. Hammer on and pull off. Alright, so this little lick, I'm doing basically the same thing. Sliding up to 2 to 4, getting the A chord, hammer on, 2 to 4 on the D, hammer on, 2 to 4 and pull off on the G. And then getting 4 on the D, repeat. And then you can either get the A chord, or you can just get the 2 middle chords as well. Alright, now, another thing we can add on to that, we can add the extension. Do something like that. So again, from the G string, you can do something like that. Okay, so slide into the A chord, hammer on D, 2 to 4 and D, hammer on 2 to 4 and G, and then just slide up to 6, middle finger on 5, then pull off, coming back from 6 to 42, I can pull off to a 42 on the D as well. And that is the gist of it. Okay, so I think that might have been a little bit fast, alright? But again, just take it at your own pace. Slow it down. And if you get any questions about any of that, if you want me to clear up anything, then please just leave me a comment and I'll do my best to get back to you. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next lesson.